Welcome back, everyone. I'm super excited to see you all back again. Can we all be on camera before we start? I want to see you all. Yes? Where are others? Wonderful. Okay, people, please switch on your camera if it's possible. Thank you. So, how are you all on a Monday evening? Excited for another session? Yes or no? Okay. So, we are going to explore something that plays a massive role in shaping our careers, your career. Yeah. And that's our ability to lead, right? So let me ask you this. What do you think separates a good leader from a great one? Any idea? Is it having the right strategy? Is it having the decision making power, the capability? Or is it also how they communicate their ideas, their vision, their value? Right? And most importantly, how they inspire others to take action. Do you all agree with me? Yes? Okay. So today we are focusing on how you can leverage your communication to take your leadership and your career to the next level. All right? Super. So let me start with a common scenario that probably many of us have experienced it already. This will help us to see how communication affects not just our individual success, but also how it affects our leadership presence. All right. So now, suppose you're in a meeting with your boss, yeah, who is giving you feedback. Now you're frustrated with the comments that he's making or she's making. Yeah. But instead of addressing your concerns directly, you just nod along. Yeah. You keep quiet. And later you feel upset because you didn't express what you really felt. How many of y'all in this scenario? Yeah, happens, right? At times. This isn't just a missed communication, it's a missed leadership opportunity. I'll be honest here. And you'll understand why. Okay? Because it has impacted your communication style. It impacts your communication style. Now, this scenario which I just told, it shows how critical communication is in leadership. The way we speak, the way we listen, shapes how others see us. And this is more important. In fact, this is most important when you're stepping into leadership. How much we contribute, how effective we are as leaders, everything. Right? So today we'll explore the 4 main communication styles and how understanding them can help you be more effective communicator, and it can also, rather it will also enhance your leadership skill and put you on to becoming a better leader. Cool? All right. People on camera, I insist again. Superb. Put on your cameras, guys. Wonderful. Okay, so before we understand the specific style that I mentioned, it's important to recognize the way you communicate in your personal life. Okay? Because the way we communicate in our personal life is not the same how we communicate at work. How many of you all agree that? Yeah? So, where is the difference? Because the difference definitely matters, especially when you want to grow into that leadership role or when you are actually in that leadership role. Okay, so let's first understand the personal communication style, and then we'll step into understanding the professional communication style. Okay, now when you are talking personally, right, in your personal conversations, you are more relaxed, right? You're more open, right? In fact, you're more emotional also at times, right? For example, if you are discussing or if you're talking to your friend, right? You'll say, I'm really frustrated with this work here, right? We talk that way, right? Without worrying about our tone, without worrying about our words, right? You express your frustration, you express your excitement without filtering your words, right? Now, when it comes to work, when it comes to your workplace communication, what happens? You communicate, rather, your communication is more measured, right? It's more thoughtful. Instead of saying, I'm frustrated, you might say, I'm feeling challenged with this project. I would like to explore some solutions. I don't know how many of you all do that. Yeah. But we always try to filter, right? Our words. We are thoughtful when we are actually talking at our workplace, right? Now, the way you say at your workplace is still honest. What you said just now, I'm feeling challenged and I would like to explore some help or some solution here. It's professional. It's also constructive, right? It's honest, it's professional, it's constructive. And that's the key to leadership. Yeah. So we'll understand this even more but better, right? Understood, right? The personal communication style, the professional communication style. What we talk personally, what we talk professionally is far more different. But if you're using the same style at your workplace, then you need to now think that what changes I need to bring. But let me explain it even more deeper so that you understand it very clear. All right. So now, understanding understanding when and how to switch between your personal and your professional style is really very crucial, right? Recognizing the difference between these two styles definitely helps you adjust your communication based on the situation, based on the people who you're talking to, that's your audience, based on what is the objective, what is the goal, right? And once you understand this, that makes you more adaptable, right? As an individual, as a leader. Why? Why am I stressing so much on this? Okay. Why am I stressing so much on this today? Because, okay, my screen share. I don't know what happened. Okay, here it is. Why? Because communication isn't just a skill, it's a powerful tool that propels you forward in your career. Right? So let's understand the communication styles. Now, before, are you able to see my screen now? No, right? Okay, cool. So before I step into understanding, making you understand the different communication styles, I want you all to understand something wrong with my screen share today. I don't know what. Okay, let it be. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so let's understand the communication styles. I'll not, dig into that deeper. So the first style, and I want you to really, understand this better, and that'll help you realize which style or which category you fall into. Okay. The first one being passive communication. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Passive communicators are one who often avoid conflict and may not express their true thoughts or feelings. Right? They tend to let others make decisions, right? Often at the cost of their own needs and priorities or opinions. Now, I'll give you an example to understand this better. Suppose you are looking to asking for a help, okay? And if you are a passive communicator, you might struggle. When you struggle with a difficult task, instead of asking for help, what you'll say is, they may think that I don't want to, I don't want to bother anyone, even though others could provide support. Right? Instead of asking for help, you may think that, whether should I not? Right? You're not able to make that decision. I'll give you another example that should help you simplify this. Now, you are already burdened with so much of work, right? When you're assigned a task, you're uncomfortable with it. And if you're a passive communicator, you might say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Despite you feeling overwhelmed with so much of work, instead of addressing your concerns, right? You say that I will handle it. You know that your plate is full. Understood? So you're not able to put across your opinion. You're not able to put across your thoughts. Yeah. Let's go to the second one. Okay, now I think my PPT is working. The second one is being aggressive. Now, if you are an aggressive communicator, what happens? An aggressive communicator is someone who expresses his or her thoughts in a way that will feel that the person is overpowering others. Okay? They tend to control the entire conversation without letting the other people or other person giving their inputs, irrespective of what the people have in their mind. They will try to overpower, they will try to control, over control. Now I'll give you an example. Now, suppose you're discussing, right? It's a group discussion, and it's a team discussion kind of a thing. If you're discussing about a new project kind of a thing, right? That's a scenario. If the person is an aggressive communicator, okay, he might say, that idea will definitely won't work. Here's what we are going to do. Without even allowing a discussion, without even letting others put their opinions, right? So this approach definitely discourages collaboration, right? In a conflicting situation, an aggressive communicator might say, this is all your fault. He tries to place the blame instead of working towards a solution. Understood? Yeah. Now, number 3 is passive and aggressive communicator. It's both passive and aggressive. Now, here what happens is, the communicator may appear passive on the surface, okay? But he expresses his frustration indirectly. He'll often try to avoid that direct confrontation, सामने आके नहीं, indirectly from behind, right? They will avoid that direct confrontation, but later show that they have that disconnect, and they'll try to put it very sarcastically, or they'll try to procrastinate. They will not cooperate, right? So if the person, or if you, I'm not saying you, but if the person is a passive or aggressive communicator, what happens is they complain later about the decision that was taken earlier. They don't directly address the disagreement, but the actions will show that they are frustrated. After agreeing to a task, a passive aggressive communicator might say, I will get it, I will get to it, I will do it, right? So rather trying to delay that work intentionally. They will not say directly that I won't be able to do it, or I won't do it, kind of. They'll not refuse, right? But they'll kind of indirectly show their intentions that they're disinterested. Coming back to the 4th communication style, and that is assertive communication. Assertive. So what is assertive? Assertive communicators express their thoughts clearly, respectfully. They will value both their own input and the perspective of others. And that makes them communicate with confidence, that makes them, lead with confidence, because they are open in their thoughts. They are open for others' feedback as well, right? Now, during a feedback session, an assertive communicator would rather say, I appreciate your input, and here's my perspective on what we can improvise, right? So they will acknowledge the other person's feedback, and they will confidently share their own idea as well, own views as well, their own thoughts as well. Yeah. If it's a conflicting situation, an assertive communicator or an assertive leader might say, I understand we have different opinions on this, but let's work together to find a solution. Yeah. This shows the person's willingness to resolve that conflict and arrive to a solution. Right? Now, if this four communication style is clear to you all, I want you to imagine this one particular scenario and let me know what you understood. Yeah. So you are in a team meeting discussing a new project plan, and I'm going to play the role of four different communicators. Okay. Let's see if you recognize which communication style is that. Cool? Everyone with me? Yeah. Okay. So the first dialogue here that I'll probably say is, okay, team, this is how we are doing it. I have been through this before, and if we don't follow my process, we are going to fail. Trust me, this is only the way. What style? Number two, aggressive. Yes, because this person dominates the room and he leaves the room for no discussion. Right? Yes. Okay, let's go for the second scenario. I don't really have anything to add. Whatever you all think is fine. I mean, I'm okay with the plan if everyone else is fine with it. Which one? Which one? I can see everyone's doing this. Is that right? Yeah. So what's that? Yes, that's passive communicator. Why? Because he agrees with everything. You'll never see this person sure of what he really means to do, right? He'll never share his or her own thoughts. They will not try to share their own thoughts, right? Number three. All right, everyone. I have reviewed the project plan, and I believe if we implement this strategy, we'll be able to meet our deadline. But I'm open to your feedback as well. What does everyone else think? Three, four. Fourth, right? Assertive. This person is calm, this person is clear, this person is open, right? Probably the one who likes to work, probably the one who you would like to work with, or everyone else likes to work with, right? The kind of person, right? Assertive communicator. Last one. I'm sure it's easy because you've covered all of this, but still, yeah. Oh, sure. I'll take on the project again. I mean, I have only been doing everyone else's job for weeks now. But sure, I'll handle it. No worries. Passive and aggressive, right? Smiling from outside, but burning from inside. You know? Understood? Are we clear with all the four types of communicators? Four styles of communication. Are we clear now? Yes. Now, I'm not saying you are exactly like any of these characters. Okay? But we all have tendencies towards one style or another. Right? And knowing your default style can really can really help you become more adaptable, become more effective in your communication. None of us wants to be that aggressive or, passive aggressive communicator, right? Right? Yeah. So now let's reflect on your communication style. What I want you to do is you got to take the time to reflect on how you communicate, both personally as well as professionally, right? Personally, when you are with your friends, with your family, do you tend to be more assertive, or are you passive, or you are passive aggressive? When you are in your office, when you are at your workplace, when it's your professional communication at work, how do you communicate? How do you communicate in your meetings? How do you communicate with your client, with your team, with your subordinates, with your management? Do you speak up confidently, or do you hold back? Are you sometimes too aggressive, pushing on your ideas, pushing on your things to your team, to your subordinates? Yeah. So I want you to take that time to reflect on your communication style. And why I'm saying that? Because anyone, no one for that matter, is confined to one communication style, right? Especially if you're a leader, especially if you are a, manager, a senior manager who are at, people who are at leadership level or who are looking to step into leadership level. You need to understand this very specifically, that you need to adapt your communication based on the situation, based on the people you are working with. It's very important. You cannot have that one dominant style of communicating everywhere and anywhere. Yeah. So let's look at few things, how you can adapt your communication style to become more effective leader, right? Be assertive in your feedback sessions. When I say assertive, you need to tend to be, for example, if you tend to be passive, work on becoming more assertive. Instead of saying this is fine, try, I think this can be improved, right? If you're a passive communicator, you'll say, yeah, I'll do it, right? This is fine. Say, I think this can be improved. And I think here's how we can do it. Try to put across your thoughts, try to put across your ideas. Don't keep it to yourself. Yeah. Manage your aggression. If you're naturally more aggressive, especially if it's like, a very tough scenario, a very critical conversation, very crucial project discussion, right? When the stakes are really very high, high pressure environment, practice active listening. Instead of dominating the conversation, pause, ask for more inputs. What do you think about this approach? Invite for collaboration. If you are turning passive aggressive, try to turn into direct, right? If you notice your tendencies are more passive aggressive, work on being direct. But you have to be kind, right? Instead of saying, I guess I'll handle it, say, I'm happy to take care of this. But I would like to help in managing this deadline. Understood? So today we explored understanding and adapting your communication styles, right? Which is essential if you're stepping onto a leadership role or if you're already in a leadership role. Yeah. So what are the key takeaways? The key takeaways to move forward from here is assertiveness is leadership, right? speaking up clearly, confidently. Doesn't, you know, it's just the way you position yourself as a leader. Yes? Adapt your style. Know when to be assertive and know when to hold your aggression. Flexibility is the key to being a great leader. And last but not the least, self-awareness. The more aware you are of your natural communication style, the better it will be for you to adjust and lead. Yeah? So remember, leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being the most effective communicator. And that starts with understanding your own style. Yes? Are we clear? Superb. So I hope you'll understand, you'll took some notes and you will try to reflect back on understanding your communication style. So now that we are done with today's session, tomorrow's session is all about boosting your immune system. Wow, that's quite interesting. How to stop viruses entering your body, right? To create that bubble outside to protect your immune system. So see you all tomorrow sharp at 7:55. Don't be late. Yeah. And if you're a first-time joiner, request you to join our WhatsApp community because that's where you'll get the session updates, our daily 8 p.m. session updates. Join our Facebook group if you've not joined because that's where you'll get the learning materials uploaded by the team. As I said, set reminder for 7:55 p.m. tomorrow. And reshare and repost this LinkedIn post within your group on LinkedIn and invite more people to this session. I don't want you to learn alone. I want you to invite your friends, invite your colleagues, invite your known people to this daily sessions. Yeah? Don't be so selfish. Don't be so mean. Pass on this to your known people. Let everyone get benefited. Yeah? So reshare this post on LinkedIn right now. And see you tomorrow at 7:55. Yeah? Thank you so much. Good night.